In the world of club sport, last-minute changes and cancellations always pose a problem.
You know, it's ridiculous. It's bucketing with rain. Nobody's let us know that the game's been cancelled.
But with Sportcheck, club and school administrators, managers, coaches and teachers can sleep easy knowing that their members will always get the message on time. And that means they can sleep easy too. Sportcheck is the new SMS text messaging system that enhances club and school communication needs. Whether it's a small club, a school or a large sporting organisation, Sportcheck can make sure that all members are kept up to date with the latest schedule changes and cancellations. And because of the easy SMS system, this can be achieved with the minimum of effort for organisers and club members alike.
Cornwall Cricket Club were early adopters of the Sportcheck system. We've been using it now for 3 years and it's become an absolutely vital part of our communication system to our membership.
It's used every time we have a speedway meeting, regardless of whether we're cancelling it or we're running it. So it's a great reminder to people, all the fans and drivers, that we're on and we're running and get down there. So it's fantastic.
You know, coaches took over individual teams, grade coordinators used it for individual grades, and then I was able to use it for the entire club. So it was fabulous.
So how does Sportcheck work? Well, one of the main advantages of Sportcheck is its ease of use. It's based on a tiered system with the club or school administrator at the top, working down through managers, coaches, teachers, club members and parents. Once a club is registered, authorised personnel can send one SMS text message which will automatically update the relevant web page and simultaneously send an SMS to all those who've opted in to receive a message to their phone. The message flow can be set up in a multitude of ways depending on what best suits the organisation. Messages can be directed to specific groups and or teams, with only those authorised able to send messages. With one press of a button, the whole sporting organisation can be informed of schedule changes and cancellations. Quick and efficient support is essential to the success of Sportcheck. Just about all queries come in via email and SMS text and must be responded to urgently.
When you first came to us, Dave, with Sportscheck, as you know, we weren't overly enthusiastic because we had a cancellation system that worked reasonably well, but once we did take it on board, the uptake from the members was fantastic, and everyone was very enthusiastic about it, and I was quite surprised myself with the numbers that took it on.
Having such a large membership, our players tend to play in lots of different areas throughout Auckland, and it's quite common for us to have some games that are on and some games which are cancelled. What we're able to do with Sportcheck is to channel those cancellations to particular grades and particular teams that happen to be off on a Saturday.
It enables us obviously to get information out to all of the fans on a summer Saturday afternoon when no one's at home. So they're struggling to get to a computer, to check the paper. They get it straight on the mobile phone, so they know exactly what's happening on a Saturday. It's just brilliant.
The convenience of the system, whereby the players can simply text to Sportcheck or go onto our own website to sign up, has made it nice and easy for our membership to use.
The other great advantage of Sportcheck is its cost. After an initial setup cost, each SMS text message is charged individually to the message receiver. So instead of the person who sends the SMS accruing a hefty bill, the cost is spread out amongst the club and or school members.
So 5 years ago we had a web-to-text system which was working well, but it was very time consuming, quite cumbersome to use, and it was costing us a lot of money every season. Now with Sportcheck, obviously we've got rid of 100% of the cost, which has been the best thing for us, and it's so efficient and easy to use.
I've not had one communication with anyone complaining about the cost of the text, but at the same time it's voluntary. They don't have to take up the opportunity to be texted. That's entirely up to them, and I mean 50 cents here is not a great deal really. I mean it's far better value than the inconvenience to turning up to a game that's not being played anymore.
It's easy to see why so many clubs and schools have embraced this innovative, cost-effective and reliable way of keeping their members informed of what's going on, particularly when it comes to last-minute or unscheduled changes. But why use it above more traditional communication methods? For that answer, let's go straight to the source. Well, David Lewis is the founder and the mastermind behind Sportcheck. So David, I guess a good question would be, why do so many clubs and schools get involved in this when there are other ways of communicating? For example, there are websites these days, email, simply phoning around?
Sportcheck's been developed to enhance existing systems. There is no way we would ever try and replace that. A lot of schools, a lot of clubs have great systems in terms of websites and emailing systems to get information out, but there is nothing better than receiving important information to a mobile phone. You can't replace that. So this is why this has been, it links and it tacks on to what already exists.
So David, where did the idea come from?
Interestingly, standing on the sideline of watching my son and daughter play soccer, it occurred to me that that there was had to be a better way of getting this information. And the times when we've traipsed around and got to parks and their games have been off and the costs involved in that, and through some very, very clever people, we've managed to put this program together and continually develop it to a point where it's become quite a fundamental part of a lot of these clubs and schools.
I understand Sportcheck has an information-based text SMS system. Now, what is this?
Yeah, well, I think the important thing to understand with this is that the value of the system, of someone receiving an SMS or a text message, the value is in the information. We use the SMS or the text message platform to deliver this information. So that's where the value is. That's what's important about understanding where the costs are here.
So why can't a school or a club simply set up their own text or SMS system? Why should they use Sportcheck?
We've been in the market now for 3 years. A lot of development went into this platform prior to that. So for any one school or club to recreate that would be prohibitive. The costs would just be out of reach. So the system, as I mentioned earlier, can be tacked on to their existing systems for very, very little cost and provide an enormous amount of functionality. Plus, the actual volumes are involved in now. There's scales of economy there as well.
So Sportcheck provides a hassle-free way to deliver those last-minute changes. With its cost-effectiveness and ease of use, the days of difficult rescheduling will be a thing of the past. Now, all you have to worry about is winning.